Is it even real, or is it just some made-up term or like a marketing scheme? Hi, welcome to my channel. It's called Emma. I'm Emma, and let's get into it. As you can see, my background is different. It's much nicer, and that's because I'm visiting my parents right now. Also, we have 3 dogs and 2 cats, so I can't promise that there won't be random barks or meows in the background. If you're invested in the world of fragrance, then you've probably heard the term skin chemistry, and you probably also know that this has something to do with the reason that perfumes smell differently on different people. But what is skin chemistry referring to exactly? Is it even real, or is it just some made-up term or like a marketing scheme? Can you change your skin chemistry to make perfume smell better on you? I'm a biological engineer who used to study biochemistry, so this is all right up my alley. Let's talk about it. I firstly want to say that keeping decent hygiene is my best advice to smelling good. Showering, flossing, brushing your teeth, washing your clothes. So if you're able to, I strongly recommend prioritizing your hygiene. You don't need expensive products or long routines, but I would say that being clean is like the foundation. Now, let's get into the science. Just a quick note, I will be going over very broad topics. I won't be able to capture all of the nuances and exceptions. So just keep that in mind. When fragrance enthusiasts or influencers talk about skin chemistry, they often throw around the term pH, but it's usually glossed over. They don't really go into detail. So let's first explain what pH actually is. pH stands for potential for hydrogen. I won't go over all of the chemistry fundamentals like the definition of an atom or a molecule, but I'll try to do a good balance of explaining without being too wordy. So pH measures the relative concentration of hydrogen ions or protons to hydroxide ions. This is a hydrogen atom. It's neutrally charged. It has 1 proton, 1 electron. When it loses its electron, it is no longer neutrally charged, aka an ion. In this case, it is a positively charged hydrogen ion, or proton, because that's literally all that's left. That other ion is the hydroxide ion, which is composed of 1 oxygen and 1 hydrogen, and this one is negatively charged. When the concentration of H+ ions is greater than that of OH- ions, you have an acidic pH. The pH will be less than 7. Okay, sorry about that. My phone just said that I don't have any more storage, so I deleted a bunch of TikToks. If the OH- concentration is greater, then you will have an alkaline pH, meaning it'll be greater than 7 up to 14. And the naturally equal concentrations of each ion would be a neutral pH, or 7. So what all does this have to do with the way your skin smells? I mean, these ions don't actually smell like anything. Well, here enters a very large factor in what people are referring to when they say skin chemistry. It's my personal favorite since I'm in bio, and that is bacteria. If you don't already know, your skin is home to millions of bacteria. It's your skin microbiome. Obviously, there are some specific bacteria and quantities of bacteria that are harmful, but that's not what I'm referring to. A common misconception is that sweat is what smells, but fresh sweat is actually pretty odorless. More accurately, the bacteria on your skin consume the sweat and then they release compounds that smell. Those molecules bind to receptors in your nose, and that triggers an action potential in your sensory neurons. Thus, you perceive BO. I kind of like to think about this as whenever you smell BO, you're inhaling bacteria farts, because it's funny. Anyway, the molecules released from the bacteria on your skin make up a good part of your unique olfactory profile, if you will. And no one person's skin microbiome is identical, which is why you have a unique skin chemistry. This is largely determined by genetics. There are so many genes which contribute to why your microbiome is unique. Not to mention genetic factors that affect sebum production, sweat production, etc. So what does pH have to do with bacteria? A healthy pH, which should be slightly acidic around 4 to 6, helps you maintain a healthy balance of bacteria living on your skin, and that would in turn affect the smell. It's actually really interesting reading about which bacteria produce which odors. Some produce cumin-like odors, some produce an onion smell, some produce a cheesy smell. It's actually really cool because the bacteria which produce that cheesy smell increase during the onset of puberty, and they're also found higher in biological males. That makes a lot of sense. And there are so many other potential odors from the other liquids and particles on your skin. Research on skin chemistry is fairly limited, and one is because scent is subjective and it's kind of hard to describe scent in a way that is standardized. Plus, with 100 of molecular interactions between these molecules, it can be difficult to create a controlled environment for experiments. And sadly, another reason that I suspect is because there's just a little bit less interest in the science world in the sense of smell. In my personal opinion, people generally place more importance on other senses like sight or hearing. I mean, smell is more associated with animals, but what I think we have to remember is that humans are animals. Scent is absolutely important. Olfactory cues are actually much stronger when it comes to emotional memories than any other kind of cue, like not even visual, not hearing, it's scent. We still have a lot of research to do on scent. I mean, even the exact mechanism by which molecules bind to the sensory receptors in your nose and cause an action potential in your nerves to say, hey, that smells like something, is kind of unknown. There's a couple of competing theories. So the other skin chemistry factors that I'll discuss in this video are a little bit more straightforward. Heat is a big one. Most perfumes are alcohol-based, which means there's a small percentage of perfume oil and the rest is ethanol. Perfumers alcohol, not vodka. For so many reasons, please don't drink your perfume. And oh my god, the color alone makes me want to drink the entire bottle. And look at this bottle! Like, that looks drinkable. Ethanol is highly volatile, which just means that the molecules readily vaporize, as in they turn from liquid to gas. The ethanol acts as a sort of carrier agent for the odorous perfume oil so that it can project off of you. Heat allows for further projection because that heat energy converts to kinetic energy. If you're lost, essentially, heat makes liquid turn into gas. So if you're in a warmer and more humid environment, or if you spray your perfume on a warmer part of your skin, like your wrists or your neck, you will have greater projection. Not only that, but keep in mind that perfume note pyramid that we're all very familiar with. Other than a helpful visual, it's also chemistry. So the top notes listed are the ones that are going to more readily vaporize. That's why you smell them sooner after application. So if you're spraying a perfume when it's hot or on hot skin, you're going to smell those base notes a lot sooner with the top notes. Alright, this next one is probably something you already know, but I'm gonna go over it anyway. How dry your skin is affects the way your perfume smells. So remember how I said that perfume has oil in it? Well, like goes with like. The oil on your skin acts as an anchor almost for your perfume. Dry skin isn't going to hang on to your perfume as much, thus affecting its longevity and indirectly the smell. I wouldn't say that this is a primary reason why a perfume might go sour on you or why it might smell sweet on you but not on someone else. It's just a factor that I thought I'd mention. Okay, this last one is mostly for fun. I wouldn't think about it too much. Your food. Yes, certain foods like onions, garlic, and other very pungent spices do have odorous molecules that can be released from your skin after you eat them. Same with alcohol when you consume it in large amounts. Alcohol actually gives off a sort of sweet smell from your skin. Would I stop eating certain foods just to make my perfume maybe smell 0.1% better? Probably not, but that's just a personal choice. And if you're drinking enough alcohol that there is a noticeable difference in the way that your skin smells, you have much bigger problems than altering your fragrance profile. So now that you know this, can you use this information to make perfume smell better on you? Yes and no. Good hygiene is key. I would highly recommend spraying your perfume on clean skin. It doesn't have to be sparkling, but if you spray perfume when you're already stinky, you're just gonna smell like BO and perfume. Next is moisturizing your skin. This is good for both fragrance longevity and for preventing overly dry and cracked skin, which just creates the perfect conditions for bacterial overgrowth. This goes along the same lines as not using overly harsh ingredients on your skin. The health of your skin is absolutely related to bacteria growth, so be nice to it. And lastly, don't overthink it. Your skin chemistry is largely genetic, your perception of scent is subjective, and it's always changing. So don't spend all of your time trying to have the perfect skin chemistry. A fragrance, no matter how amazing it sounds or how hyped it is on the internet, might just not work on you. And that sucks, but it's best to just find something that you love and that actually works on you. I've seen so many videos about people saying how to have perfect perfume skin or how to make your skin chemistry work or whatever. Like, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And there's like a million different factors as to what's affecting the way perfume smells on you. This is just what I think. But the right perfume for you should be one that smells good to you the majority of the time, not every now and then when all the conditions are just right. Alright, that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something. If not, I hope you just had some fun. Like and subscribe, especially if you love fragrance and the science of fragrance. And I'll see you later.